Right, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do tonight is, apologies, I'm skipping loads of bits on this because me and my camera had a falling out. I thought it was recording and it realised it wasn't. Just being a pain in the arse, but hey ho. What we're doing tonight is I'm going to rebuild the forks for the Yamaha 250 Majesty scooter, the yp250. Got the Slinky Guide fork rebuild kit. I don't have a fork seal driver, so we're going to get up a wee bit with the old seals and some other shit, see how it goes for there. This may end horribly, let's see what happens. So what I've already done is I have already stripped, drained and cleaned up these forks. Right, the forks on these, it's not too bad. These ones are okay. These were from the breakers, so I mean there is corrosion and stuff on them, but it's nowhere near the travel. So what I'm going to do is get something to get over the corroded bit so I don't rip the shit out the new fork seal. And we're going to put the new fork seal in. I've cleaned them all up. I just bought new clips and stuff as well. What I'll do is, after I've done these, call it quits there, and then I'm going to show you dismantling the front end of the scooter, removing the old forks. I'll show you the state they're in. They are special. They've been living in someone's garden for about 10 years, and then we'll swap them over for this, and then it's new tyres, and then it's MOT time for the scooter, and it's happy mileage after that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double check I've topped up that one a little bit before I start putting oil and things in here. One of these occasions where guns come in handy. Is it 5? No, it's much bigger than 5. It is an 8 if I remember correctly. Let's see, there we go. Yeah, I thought that was fine, that's cool. What I've done is I've cleaned everything, stripped it all, put it all back together, and I've just put pressure. I've tightened this up a bit so I can put pressure on everything inside so that bolt would actually screw. Fortunate enough to have a battery impact gun, which is very useful, but you can do it with a normal ratchet or Allen key if you're kind of lucky enough. It's never worked for me, mind. This fork in particular was so stiff that this fork needed the mains powered impact gun, the 30 quid from Aldi one that will rip your house down. It cracked off in a second. The battery one wouldn't even touch it, man. So so you see some scores and stuff. This is all hidden inside the clamps. It's a pretty horrible system in that for the clamps actually. Reaction speed of a drunken leopard. Now, a little bit disorganised tool wise, but fuck it. Right, so we'll get our clips out. These clips are in some state as well, so that's why I'm just going to treat it to new ones for the sake of £2.99 per clip, you know. Didn't really think it was worth bothering with fighting with. Pretty rough. Don't know if you can actually see that, hang on. They are pretty corroded, they're kind of bent out of shape and stuff like that as well. We'll keep them as emergencies, but they're never really much used about else. So what I've got here is washer, bushing, and I need to get this in place first. So I am going to just get hitty with things. Now what I done was Screwfix were having a clear out of cheap shit tools. These pound through screwdrivers were like £1. So thought they would come in handy for something. So as we get we'll use the big hammer. Yeah, let's use a big hammer. So I'm just going to pop it in the vise to hold it in place. Not really putting any pressure on it, but I don't really give a shit about cosmetics on this thing. It's basically going to be a bit of a rat scooter type vibe, so I'm not really that bothered with it. And I just need to batter this bushing into place. So I'm just going to go 4 corners. because otherwise my seal won't fit. Let's have a little look see. Lots of lovely space there, that's cool. Still, who doesn't like that shit with a hat? Let's give it another couple of taps. That sounds kind of went a bit tingy now. There we are. Now, tip this out. Tip the washer out. As you can see, the bushing has been properly seated in there now. I'm going to get a wee blast with the air gun, just in case anything got caught in there. Blast out any wee bits of dirt or grease out that's in there. And it's almost time to get fork sealy. So let's check this. You don't need to see the abomination that is my workbench at the moment. Right, so in the kit, that's an exhaust gasket for it. You need to take half the rear subframe off to get the rear wheel off in this scooter. It's ridiculous. So I'm actually going to do a video just removing the wheel. It's quite a ridiculous thing. It's quite easy, but it's like a ridiculous amount of work, and the exhaust silencer has to come off, so it's been on and off a few times. The gasket's knackered, so I'll just get a new one just to sort that out. We have a lovely little tub of red rubber grease. Don't really use much of it. This tub's more than big enough. I've had this for years. Not something that you get much call to use. Going to be a bit girly and glove up now. Must say, the seals, the Allen bolts down the bottom and stuff all came out a lot better with this. A little bit of good penetrating fluid, that works really well. Used that for a while. XCP Magic Juice. Plus gas pretty good as well. Although I bought that at a bike show a couple of years ago and been using it ever since. It's been pretty good. Very nice surprise how good it is actually. Right, so yeah, what we're going to do is we have the fork seals here to put in. These are the ones that came out. These, as you can see, you've got the little spring in the back. Things like that just kind of pop over there like that. These are slightly tight, and I bought new dust seals as well. We're going to use the old seal to kind of protect the new seal as I batter shit out of it to get it into place. So I've got them sitting there. They are on the and we have little clips as well. Oh, new parts coming out of the packet. I'm spoiling myself today. I've actually got the heater on in the garage. It's about 2 degrees here at the moment. I got the Ducati Monster MOT this morning and it took me about 45 minutes to thaw out afterwards. It was a bit of a silly thing to go and do it just with jeans on in this kind of temperature. Riding jeans, Kevlar jeans, still just jeans. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a bit of this plastic out. I'm basically going to use this to get the seal over this, so I don't want to rip it, etc. Or, oh, there's a bit of an idea. No, this will do fine. This will do fine. So I'm going to cut a bit of this up because I've already changed the front pads and stuff. I thought I had all this stuff recorded and my camera had literally shut out on me. So nothing I could really use there. Fortunately, camera issues are now resolved, which is good. There we go. This is all a bit jaggy. trim this down a bit. I'll show you what I'm going to use this for. Just a wee sec. Let's put a bit off. Don't need juice up. You can do one. You jaggy bit of doom, you can do one as well. Yeah, that should be okay now. Trim up there as well. This might backfire horribly, from what you see. I've never bothered doing it before, but these are pretty damn close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bit of grease all over this just now. So just I'll clean this off when I get done, obviously. Just try to smooth the way past the roughest of the corrosion that's on there. Yeah, that should do fine. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this effectively over here like this, a bit like that, and just kind of slide it down over the top. So I'm going to grease the shit out of this side. Sorry, this is absolutely thrilling entertainment, I appreciate it. And this way, when we do it like this, it'll foxilio. It'll go in like this. And this will effectively be like a little bit of a condom, if you like, for it. For the most part, it should stop it hitting the worst of the corrosion. Slide this right down, and as this goes it's kind of collecting a nice bit of grease on the fork seal as well. So let's see. Down you go, there we are. There, oh, that's a spot picker, there we go. And now all I want to do is hold this. Slidey, slidey, slotty, slotty. Jamming. Bob Marley's Donuts, man. We're jamming. Right. Let's clean this shit off my hands now, off these gloves. Not normally this posh, but it would normally just be tissue that was stole at the work or something like that. But, you know. I genuinely don't care about getting grease in my hands or anything. I just don't want to. I need to be able to still grip stuff in a couple of minutes, so that's why I'm doing it this way. And I'm a tit because I've just realised that the washer's not on. Down. That's fine, that's going to come back up. Here's my Johnny type thing. There we are. Let's just be very gentle. Nice and smooth. So wash it in there. Stop being a tit. Wash it in. Fork seal. Johnny attempt number fucking 2. Because I'm a dick. I'm a dick. I'm a dick. I'm a dick. Damn it! Damn it! Let me clean that. Take 2. Wait a second. Honest. Honest officer, I've not just escaped for somewhere. Jesus, fuck man. Right. Well, you could fucking sculpt it because essentially I am, but with that. So it's not that I don't want to buy a fork seal driver. I genuinely couldn't find one in this size. It's a 33mm fork, so every other bike I've had has been like a 40 or something, or like a 38 at the lowest. I've never actually done fork seals on a scooter, you know, something that was this small before, so It's all kind of new at that point. I'll just go for the worst. There we go. Slidey, slidey, slippy, slippy. Right, so that's that on there. Clean the hands again. Ooh, fade to yellow. There we go. Cinema. That's what you're getting here. Cinema. Not to be confused with cinnamon, which would be much better. Right, so now it's time to get a bit ghetto with the old fork seal. So this is the knackered old. To be honest with you, the fork seals weren't that bad, but these had been lying for a long time. So it's more of a kind of precautionary thing that I'm changing them. I'm actually just able to push that down quite well by hand. And all I'm going to do now is on top of the old seal, I'm going to go stompy stompy, smashy smashy. It's testament to how knackered. I mean, these old seals genuinely don't look that bad, but it's testament to how bad they were that it's actually kind of almost fallen out already. And I'm quite happy to just start in this one a bit. Just rip the shit out of this one to get it up. There we go. So sweet. I can see the groove for the C-clip. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. I can see the groove there, so I'm just going to try and get the clip in now, and then I can get the dust seal on, clean this up a little bit, and then we are good to go, man. I can get some fork oil in it. I won't bore you to death with doing two. I'll bore you to death with something else later on, probably, if you've bothered to watch this far. Right, so. Oh no, my pick fell in the place. I mean, again, those picks, really useful, like $1.99 on Amazon, add-on item. Got them delivered with the wife's Christmas present, I think. As a wee add-on item, brilliant wee thing. Really handy for this kind of stuff. As you can see, lets you get in nice and easy. There is a lot to be said for the right tool for the right job, but you can get by quite often. It takes time to build up toolkits. And generally for things like fork seals, it's not the kind of job you do amazingly regularly, so I mean, it's your money, you buy what you want, you know, it's totally up to you how much money you want to spend on tools that you won't use very often. I mean, I obviously, apologies for the mess on top of the green one, but I clearly have a tool issue. You know, I have a tool buying issue, probably just that I've run out of money and buy too many tools more likely. Where's my parts cleaner? Where's my cleaner? It's down here under these cloths. Again, this stuff's pretty good, no problems with it. Not as nasty as brake cleaner I've found, but perfectly good for a little bit of light grease removal like that. Now I'm going to break out the manual in a minute, because I can't remember how much oil's got to go in this. But before I do that, we will put our shiny new Slinky Guide dust cap on. This is from waymoto.com. We all know who they are, they're pretty good. Very sharp delivery with this as well, I was very chuffed with that. Really fast delivery. Unfortunately, the packet, as with everything, will not fit through your letterbox, you know. Nothing ever will. There we go. One MacGyvered fork. Just got fork oil to put in. I need to do the level right as well. I think it's only some silly. I mean, it's 500ml of fork oil, and this is the right grade according to the manual. This is enough to do like 4 of these nearly, so it's like bugger all that goes in them, you know, there's not much not much capacity wise actually goes into the things from that point of view. Yeah, I need to tidy up, I know I need to tidy up. I'm really aware of that. I need to stop throwing things in the vague direction of the bin as well. But hey ho. Right, so obviously I don't have hundreds of pounds to spend on big posh manuals, and I couldn't actually find a Haynes manual for this particular model. It was just a generic scooters one. So what I've done was got a PDF and just printed it out, man. So what I'm looking for is the chassis section. I had this the other day. Chassis. Right, the bodywork on these things to take off before you can get to anything is ridiculous. We're looking for front fork 723. What I've done is I've just bought the billet and printed it out, man. It's you can do it, you know, a PDF. You can have it on your phone if you want your phone to get absolutely manky. You can have it on. You could have it on an iPad or something like that. I mean, I've got a nice big telly there. I could have it on the screen there, but it's not as good. You can't do with dirty fingers and stuff and see things. It just doesn't work as well, man. You need that. So it's 0.142 litres, so 142 millilitres now. Where's that tub? I have a brand new 60mm syringe. Great things. I've got what I use for brake fluid, which obviously just not what I use for this. Just drop that. What a day. Anyway, so this will help me be a bit more accurate with what I'm measuring in, because I can do 120 and I can measure it quite precisely, and then what I'll do is I'll check the air gap after we pump it a few times and what have you, just to make sure that we are getting the right oil level in there. Do this. I do pick stuff up eventually. I'm not genuinely not this messy. I just try to do too much and not enough time lately. So the fork oil that came out of this was revolting, man. It was the fork oil that came out of this thing was what I can only describe as gunmetal grey, and there's the colour it should have been. So you can figure that out for yourself as to whether that was due or not. I think that fork oil was 14-15 years old, something along those lines. Absolutely disgusting. Nice clean fork oil. It's amazing the difference changing your fork oil does, if nothing else. Even if you don't, even if you don't do the seals and stuff as well. I couldn't find bushes for this, or while it was all apart I would have done it. I'm probably going to do that. The Ducati Monster, it needs stanchions actually, they're quite corroded, but I just can't bear paying £150 for a new one. So I've been waiting on a set of decent forks coming up on eBay, and I'll just refurb them and then swap them over at a later date. Nice and easy. Man, this 15 weight oil is thick. Should also say I've had carpal tunnel surgery, so I don't have the best hands for things like this. And there we go. She's moving. Oh, there you go, Susan. Right, so that's 120mm. So I'm looking for about another 20mm. And this. Not too much. So, according to the manual, this is 142 millilitres. So according to the manual, that says absolutely cock on for what we should be. Now, before I go checking any kind of air gaps, sorry, you need to basically pleasure it a little bit to bleed the bubbles through. I'll take it off, I'll just make sure I'm dry down the bottom. Oh, Susan, right. thick, man. Right, so I should have an 80mm gap, and simple way to measure it, I'm going to use a steel ruler as soon as I remember where my steel ruler is. Just get an eye in. I really need to organise my tools better, man. Open most of these drawers half the time looking for things. Jeez, come on! Quicker going to the shop. I don't want it at this rate, man. My 4-year-old's been out helping me, so everything is a little bit haywire and all over the place lately. Can't be down here. Well, a square will do. That'll do. Right, so bit OTT, but hey ho. So what I'm looking for is an 80 gap. So 65 on that. Using this like a dipstick, so that's just 55. That's just fucking stupid. That was a ridiculously daft thing to do. Right, so yeah, that's a bit cop on 80 actually. Just measure it. I know it's a stupid way to measure it, but you know, that's what the manual says you need to do is spring out and fully compressed, so it's pretty standard as far as I'm aware. So we have always done it on most things. And tighten this up. Now when I install these I'm going to have to crack these off again. I'm not going to tighten them right up because this goes into the triple tree, or the top clamp. I'll stop speaking American. It goes into the top clamp and then this screws on from the top clamp, and that's part of what clamps it in. Bit of a tough system, but I didn't make it, you know what I mean. So I'm just going to tighten this up a bit, just so the oil doesn't leak. That's probably tighter than it ever has been. Give it a push. Yeah, it's got a decent bit of travel. We're not getting any oil on the chrome. That's good. Just the residual stuff. Mega well chuffed. On to fork number 2. Oh, I'm coming Indiana Jones. Right, I'll shift that out of the way. Shift that out of the way. These ones just to let's see how this comes apart. Right, so again, bit of tension on this. What I got. This will come straight out. If you've got tension on the tube, if you haven't got tension on it, that'll just spin and spin and spin and nothing will happen. You need to put something in to grab the dampener and stop it spinning. Now, this means you get a full extension on the stanchion. You can then unscrew the cap. Tool of death there. So you can then unscrew the cap. Again, remembering there's a great big bloody spring in this, so you don't really want to be that pointing off into it. I mean, it's a bit of a big spring to lose, but hey ho. So your spring comes out, and then what you do, pop the clip out. I've already taken this apart, so this is all quite easy to come out now because it's all clean. This was disgusting. I will spare you the details. And then what you're going to do is just give that a couple of whacks and the bush will come out. It's all bone dry and I've cleaned it, which is why it's popped out so easy. And then you've got your washer and that comes off there. And what I'll do is just store things where I remember them. We have the inside of our dampener rod there, or tube, or whatever the fuck it's called. And then down the bottom of this we have the little valve, and this sits on there like this. Okay, so basically this goes through the bush in the bottom there, goes in there like that, and this is what, it's the holes in here that allow the oil to move that gives you a damping effect. And you pop it all back together. What I like to do is I pop this back in first, like that, till it's all pokey down the bottom. I would then, what I'll do is pop that bit back on there, so that's like that. And then I would put the spring in, so I've got something to keep a bit of tension on it and hold it all together, like that. And then you can slide in, as the Greek writer said, just like that, and that keeps everything kind of lined up nice for when you put it in. Okay, again, you need to put tension on this before you can actually pop it all back together. Now I am not going to bother with doing that just now, so I'm going to fit the new seal, and then I'll put the bottom bit back in before I put the new seal in, so you'll see that in a minute. Let's get the impact out of the way. Right, so I have the seal in like I done last time. I'm going to use the old seal, a bit of a blunt instrument here, just to batter that bushing in properly to where I want the bushing to be. So if it was a washer, I've just done it with the washer on this one. Right, so El Screwdrivero. And there's my husband. Most important part of any toolkit, El hammer. And I'm just trying to get it in kind of evenly, just by alternating, don't want to get all squinty. And you'll feel it, I mean the sound should change a bit. I don't know if the mic on this will actually pick it up or not, but at the end of the day, you've been listening to me slithering on for ages, so your hearing's you're probably deaf anyway, and you're just watching some idiot hit things with a hammer, which is always fun. Especially when I get the power tools out, there's going to be blood at some point, man. Wait, you see me build it. We have our bushing is in there, pretty much good to go. Put that back on. I'm happy enough with that. No need for any more. I'll give it another couple of love taps, just for a bit of insurance. There we go. Jobs are good. Right. So we're going to put the seal on. I've remembered to put the washer in first this time, so I don't have to take it off and put it back on again like an idiot. And I'll just switch the heater off. That's failing miserably. Who's texting me? Oh, stupid kids show song my son watches. Stuck in my head, man. It's doing my nut in. Right. Greasy again. Rub this in here, just a smear. Yeah. Ridiculously more than a smear, but you kind of get the idea. This will do the inside of the seal for me anyway. Put a bit on this. Basically, let's pleasure this again. And so smooth, slippy, and let's roll this into this like that, and let's go slippy. So this bit is actually not too bad. So there's a nice clean straight bit of stanchion here with no corrosion, so this is the bit I'm going to put through with the gap on it. Ideally this plastic could have been down maybe being slightly longer, so I could have wrapped it right round, but I've only got a wee couple of millimetres of a gap and it's easy enough to get it through that there, just like that. Okay, so that's going through nice. Let's just keep a hold of that. Pop it goes. Another bit of plastic recycled for another use. Go planet. Right. Clean the shit off your hands before people think you murdered some sort of magical fucking creature. Old seal, hitty mallet, and then I will screw the dampener rod and all that. I'll screw it all back together in order to get fluid in it and make it fluid tight, and then I'll fill it properly and things like that from there. So it's time to get tappy. Here we go. You can buy seal drivers like 40 quid for an adjustable one, but they only go down to 35mm, and this is a 33mm fork, like I said. So I don't mind buying it. I probably still will buy one, but basically I'm an impatient bastard, and these seals are here, and I can't get a seal driver till probably tomorrow at the earliest. And at the end of the day, this just does the same job. If it was from upside downs on the Duke, I wouldn't think twice, I would just wait. But this is a daft wee moped, Scutero type number, so I'm really not that bothered. Right, that's good. Time for the new clip. Clippy. Clip. There we go. So much better when you use new parts for things, man. The forks that are on that are so badly corroded that it's not a chance of them ever being oil tight ever again, I don't think. So much easier. Got these for Breaking Point up in Aberdeen. Fair play to them. Good lads, good choice. Always quick answering emails as well, which is what you want from a breaker. You want to know if they can help or not, you know. So it's always a good experience with them. Fair play to those guys. It's a dying thing, the bike breaker. It's certainly not many of them left in Scotland anyway, I'll tell you that. Oh, come on. This is because my fingers are all slippy. Right, ladies and gents, what I'm doing here is I've finished up the fork seals. They are hiding down there on the newly kind of rebuilt forks that look shit and old. And they are going to go on this beastie. This is a Yamaha yp250. I got it for 150 quid, rescued it from a lovely gentleman's back garden. As you can see, the screen is knackered. It's got a big, huge crack, goes like... So I basically chopped all the jaggy stuff off to smooth it out, and as soon as I find a screen somewhere that's not like what I paid for the bike, I'll buy it. Not that I don't grudge spending money, but I'm not going to pay £150 for a screen when that's what I paid for the bike. As you can see, I've given it a clean and a quick once over. She's had a new battery. She's had some lovely contact cleaning with the XCP parts cleaner. With some electrics cleaning. I blasted about half a garden out of it. Rebuilt the caliper with new pads at the front. Cleaned up the wheel. As you can see, the state of these forks up in here. No, you can't actually because it's dark as shit. Let me see if I can let you see that. You can see the state of them bad boys. They go nowhere, boy. Those are really bad. Other than that, it's just cosmetic stuff. I've sanded down the rear drum, etc. I've done an engine oil change. I fitted a pair of new Hagon shocks that I got quite cheap. Essentially, this is now just the forks to do and then an MOT, and it's good to go. And just to prove the point, look at the bloody keys. There they are there. It starts and goes like a wee top, man. It's quiet as get out. He said, hopefully. There we go. Wasn't pulling the brake in far enough. Start stops goes great now. Brilliant, runs great. This is being slightly more problematic. The Ducati had its MOT this morning and decided to not want to play. I've got an electrical short. One of the relays under the tank, so there's some old fabric insulation on the wires. Corroded, it is just ripped through basically with heat and age. I need to fixed the wiring, heat shrink wrap it, etc. I've patched it with a bit of insulation tape just now to get me from my MOT, which it passed with flying colours. Little video of that on the channel as well, like hear it running. Don't know if I'm going to keep it. I'm being a bit too precious with it, and I don't like it when I'm precious with bikes. The bike should be ridden, not just looked at, even if it's very pretty. And this is the absolute tip of a workshop in which I'm working at the moment. I really need to get some tidying time. Catch you next time, guys. Bye.